Okay, this is question 26 on the higher calculator paper. Reading through the question says AOB is a triangle, and like with all the other questions on this, the diagram is not drawn accurately, so we can't measure anything from the diagram. It says AO is the vector A, OB is the vector B. So I know this is a vectors question. I can see it in the diagram. The A and the B is bold. They want us to find the vector AB. So the vector A to B. How do I get from A over there to B up here? So I need to go from A to O. So I'm going to write it here. AB is A to O, A to O, and then O to B. And O to B. A to O is minus A, and O to B is just B, or plus B. So my answer, I could leave it like that and write that in, or I'm going to write B minus A, and that's acceptable and correct. Okay, going on to part B. It says P is a point on AB such that AP to PB is 3:1. Okay, so you need to think about this. That there, so AP, A to P, is 3 times the length of P to B. So this here is made up of 4 parts altogether, and this is 3 out of 4, and this is 1 out of 4. So this section here is 3/4, this section here is 1/4. Alright, and that's the way to think about it, and that's the way to get to your result. Now I'm going to shift this upwards a bit so we could show the last part. The question says find OP in terms of A and B. Find OP in terms of A and B. So O to P, to get from O to P, I'm going to go from O to A, right? Or I can go from O to A and then A to P. Or I can go the other way around. I can go from O to B and then B to P. Now, if I think about the previous part, AB, going from A to B, we already have that vector going from A to B. We have that vector A to B, so I'm going to use this path, O to A and then A to P. O to A and A to P. O to A is the vector A. A to P. A to P is 3/4 of the vector A to B. And we worked that out in the previous section. So A to P is 3/4 of B minus A. 3/4 of B minus A. And I'm going to simplify and tidy this up. Right? So I'll get A plus 3/4 of B minus 3/4 of A. So I'm just multiplying it out. If I pull this up a bit further, so I've got A minus 3/4 A, which is 1/4 A plus 3/4 B, and that is my final result. Okay, so this first part of this question was a pretty straightforward mark in part A. Part B, I won't say it's incredibly complicated, but it is one which, if you're familiar with, you should be able to get full marks. So make sure you get it, you understand it, and you're okay with it.